Warning. The Era Survival Podcast may contain harsh language and graphic depictions of gore and violence. Listener discretion is advised. Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice and Stuff. Today we continue with the second part to our Era Survival Podcast series called Runner's Run. In this episode, Miles, Phoenix, and Babs figure out a plan to try and escape the infection and the swarm. But for their plan to succeed, they must choose a location in which to do one final run. Will they find what they are looking for, or will they succumb to the horrors of infection? Please sit back and enjoy Runner's Run, Part 2.
He'll turn and look you right in the eye, and he'll smile, and he'll say, "With absolute pleasure, my dear. I could easily hire some runners to go get me some more."
That sounds like a deal.
All right, let me go.
I let him go, step back.
And he'll take his hand out of his pocket.
And I get ready to punch him in case he's gonna pull a weapon.
No, he's not pulling a weapon.
Okay.
He had his hand on a weapon.
I'm a little trigger happy, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So if you help him for the rest of the day, he'll be fine with that too.
Okay.
So you help him for a little while.
Yeah, make some money.
Yeah.
All right. I had been trying to whip up the crowd into a frenzy and take him down.
That's even perfect. We'll sell more.
They'll literally buy him out.
All right.
So the crate eventually will be emptied. He looks at you and he says, "Well, you could just keep your hands on the stuff that you swindled." I saw that. By the way, you have gained yourself 20 brass.
Sweet. Paid for my smokes.
So I'll pause on you two.
Just call it fair wages.
All right, then. Mark/James has finished with you. He's now laying down. He has his hands up above his head, kind of like, now that's been too long, dear.
I need him to be asleep.
You can start rubbing his back or something. I don't know.
Yes, I will. I will totally give him a massage. Massages make people sleepy.
Do you have anything? Oh, you do have
I have
medicine. All right. Medicine, please. And if you would, add charisma.
Is it charisma?
For this, it will be.
Wits?
Shouldn't it be Dex?
Yeah, wits or dex or something?
Are you trying to give him an actual massage, or are you trying to essentially put him to sleep?
Actual massages will put people to sleep.
Okay, fine. Roll me a dex then. 30 minutes in, what did you do? Well, I banged a guy and we stole a bunch of stuff and swindled a bunch of pills.
Good times.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to get him torn apart by a mob.
5 successes.
You just said a distraction, not kill the guy.
It would have been a distraction.
I would have killed the guy.
So,
The White Cross sends their regards.
eventually, how many successes do you get again?
5.
5. Eventually, yes, he'll fall asleep and he'll just be laying there in the bed, naked as the day he was born.
Oh, killing would be so easy right now, but the bodyguard's outside the room, so I'm just going to steal stuff, put it in my bag, and leave.
The only things you could conceal are the tiny things. So you could like rifle through his bag, you could take little stuff.
I'm taking the flare gun.
Okay. So in his bag, just so you know, he has 2 extra flares,
2 flares.
the flare gun, he has a knife.
The flare gun has a flare in it, right?
Yes.
Alright.
He has a knife.
I don't need the knife, I'll leave that.
Okay. He has a handful of bullets.
Taking the bullets.
Wait,
What kind of bullets are they?
Do you have anything in gunnery?
No.
Then you have no idea.
But do they look like her bullets?
They could be.
You know that I like bullets.
Bullets.
Bullets are handy
bullets.
anyway. Handful of bullets. There's going to be a box of injection.
Yoink!
Wow.
I don't know where you're hiding all this stuff.
I have a backpack with me.
You're a runner. You have a backpack. Remember? Runners have backpacks. He has 2 batteries.
Oh, sweet! I need those for my night vision goggles.
He has a whistle.
I'm gonna leave that.
He has 10 nails.
I'm gonna leave those as well.
Okay. He has a small grouping of tools.
Actually, wait. Nails? I'm taking those. I have construction. I'm not an idiot.
All right.
So nails.
10 nails. A couple of random tools.
What kind of random tool? Like, is there a hammer and stuff?
There's one of those screwdrivers that has the multi-heads.
Taking that.
Ooh.
And then there's one of those adjustable wrenches.
Taking that.
You're also going to find 180 brass.
I'm gonna be nice and only take half of that.
All right.
Whatever half of that is, Rob.
90.
Thank you. All right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get dressed and leave.
Right. So you're going to walk into the hallway. The bodyguard will just look at you.
I'll be like, he's just sleeping it off. Not in a threatening way. I just kind of smile like...
He looks in the doorway at his boss to make sure his chest is moving, and then looks at you and nods.
But I'm going to take his advice and skedaddle. Plus, I already told him I was only going to give him 3 hours, so... Fare thee well to you. Good luck, you two, and have a good day.
90 brass for 3 hours. Not bad.
And you leave.
Yep. I'm going to go find them.
All right. You two are currently out with the swindler. I mean, the medicinal salesman, of course.
Uh-huh.
That's who you're with. The medicinal salesman is sitting down behind the booth, and he has you both sitting there as well. You're all sharing a drink, and he's talking to you about where he got the crate.
I'm not drinking it.
So he says, so this crate I got actually was from a couple traders down near Hornby. There are a bunch of those children of the Aquans. I don't know, they're aqua people, or they're the people that live out on the water, a bunch of weirdos. By the way, just so you guys know, your characters will have heard about the children of Aqua, or the Aqua people, or whatever he describes them as being. Apparently, there is a whole civilization out there, way out there on the water, and they do accept people very, very rarely, but usually have to bring something of worth. But yeah, they're a place that has very little infection, so it's...
So why do their children come here?
Well, they come here every once in a while to trade for things and, see if people have anything that they don't have and that kind of stuff. There's even rumors here and there of them taking some people's back with them if they're any good. I mean, wouldn't do nothing to me, though. They kind of gave me this box of pills and told me to be on my way. I had my choice of a couple different things. I chose the pills over the flamethrower, of course.
Of course. So they
You
got
did.
these pills from where? From the boat?
Yep.
Why didn't you take the flamethrower?
I don't need a flamethrower.
But with a flamethrower, you could have put the torch to them in their boat and taken the pills.
Mr. Money. Your name is Mr. Money. You should understand the concept that he wants money.
Yeah, but you could have taken the money as well.
Okay, well, look at it this way. I do real well back here in Middleton. I'm perfectly content where I am. So, you know what? I'll take the money. And I'm not going to go out there with a flamethrower and burn a bunch of the infected. No way. You crazy?
So again, where do I find more of these pills?
Like I said, you just go down to Hornby. It's about 3 days away. I was lucky enough to be on a caravan of gasoline fueled cars. But yeah, down near Hornby.
And that's where the Aqua children come.
That's where the dock is, right down near the fishing boats. It's just south of Elmsford. You know that big old, major metropolis town that used to have that old airfield over there?
Sure.
I got a map of it here, as he shows you a map of the general area.
I'm impressed.
The map of the general area looks like it was drawn by a 5-year-old, but there's no here be dragons or anything like that. But in there you will see a rough drawing of where there's some mountains. There's a big honking red X in one area. This is don't go here.
Oh,
Here
I
they
assume that
redragon.
meant treasure.
It's a swamp. No. Then you'll see a city. It's a big circle that says City of Elmsford, which was a major metropolis a long time ago. And then to the south along the coastline, there's a small farming hamlet known as Hornby.
Well, thanks, actually. You've been pretty helpful.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for helping me get rid of all this scrap.
Hey, answer me a question first before we head out on our way.
Sure.
Is that map of yours and this story of yours about as fake as those pills?
Shockingly enough, no.
All right, then.
I couldn't find these things anywhere else. You kidding me? He pats the crate. He goes, no way. I sold them a whole bunch of diesel fuel, and they gave me this.
What other kind of stuff do they look for other than diesel fuel?
Well, anything really to help a boat society survive. I mean, I don't really know. I had diesel fuel on me at the time as excess, so I was like, sure, here. And they gave me the pills, and they're like, you realize these is just sugar pills, right? And I'm like, everybody needs sugar. But then I found out they sell better as pills.
You, sir, are a devious man.
Everybody's got to make their own way, darling. Well, if that's everything. I think I am going to go get a drink and a hot meal.
You deserve it.
So he'll stand up, leave the stall, which wasn't his to begin with, and he'll walk out of the marketplace, leaving his crate behind, because it's empty now, and he'll walk away.
Got a use for a crate? I kick it.
Babs,
We could take apart the stall.
you'll walk up as they're talking about doing some civic maintenance.
Hey guys, it's time to leave.
Sounds good.
Swarm's coming. We need to go.
Gotta go south.
Whatever. We need to go before this place gets torched.
Okay.
How's my buddy Mark?
Sleeping. Also,
Sleeping or sleeping? I'm
Also,
winking, but you can't see that because this is audio.
also, you probably know that your investment in the flare gun has matured.
Did it come home?
Here you go. She's gonna hand over the flare gun and 2 flares.
See? And people say that you can't get interest these days.
Make sure you mark that on your sheet because I'm taking it off of mine.
All right. You've both made your point.
But we seriously need to leave now.
Okay, let's go. Nothing
And
holding
not
us
just
here.
because of the swarm, because, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Because of my good friend Mark.
Your girlfriend Mark is fine. I left him with some money. Sorry, some brass.
I wouldn't have.
So you guys are going to be walking out of town to the south.
Brisk walk.
A brisk walk. As you're walking outside of town to the south, the area directly around Middleton is fairly flat, open, not a lot of trees. It's been burned a couple times. So there's not that much going on there. After you guys get out of town, probably for about 3 hours or so, you're going to hear faint explosion / gunfire in the distance behind you. It's not very loud because you walk for 3 hours. So you get a ways out of town.
I'm all for quickening our pace for a little while.
Sounds good to me.
I think at this point we've made a majority decision.
Let's use our namesakes and run.
Everybody runs.
Runner's gotta
All
run.
right. You guys will continue running all the way up until nightfall. If you wish to continue running through nightfall, we can do that, but it will require survival and stamina checks. Or you can try to find somewhere to camp for the night.
Let's run a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just to get some safe distance.
Roll me one
Yeah, stretch your legs a little.
stamina survival. Difficulties are going to be 7 because you're not continuously running.
Well, I botched.
3 successes.
4 successes.
All right. Unfortunately, you're only as quick as your slowest member, unless, of course, you want to leave him behind, because your slowest member has just twisted their ankle on
Oh,
a rock.
no. We'll stop.
Well, luckily, I'm a woman of medicine.
You make a big production out of it too, like.
All right. I'll
It
set
came out
camp.
of nowhere.
I'm gonna fix his ankle up. We don't got time for this crap.
Okay, don't roll for this one. It's just minuscule. It's a meaningless task. So you'll use a bandage, however,
That's okay.
because what else are you going to tie it with?
I don't mind dirty bandages later.
I want you to know I had no less than 4 6s. I only needed one of them.
You're all stopped around sundown, just before the sun goes down, at the edge of a forested area. To your right is field, to your left is forest. You guys are on an old road heading down towards Elmsford.
I'm gonna look for a decent spot to camp near here.
Survival and wits.
I would love to assist with that, but I am busy being treated for severe medical problems. I had an owie.
Oh, Mr. Money.
4 successes.
All right. You're going to see an area in the field which provides good, clear line of sight, and it's an old barn, but it's been completely fallen over, so it's rubble, but the stone has still survived. So the one level is still solid, so you could hide in there. Option number 2 is the trees here are fairly large, so you could scale up into the top of the trees and rest up there for the evening. The choice is yours.
The barn.
The barn?
Yeah, trees sound too uncomfortable.
Okay. So you'll lead the group over to the barn.
Doesn't bother me none.
As you get to the barn, there is no encounter. However, you guys can assign watches for the evening if you like.
Well, she's busy helping him, so I'll keep watch first.
Okay. What is your order going to be, just so I know?
I'm gonna take second watch since I had the night vision goggles, and it'll be darkest then.
Okay.
And then he can rest throughout until morning, because then his ankle should have been given enough rest that he'll be relatively okay.
Because runners got to run.
All right. So during the evening, you, Rob, have sleep like a corpse.
I
right?
sure do.
As your specialty. So you're not going to suffer any kind of detriment whatsoever for sleeping outside.
Or with a busted up ankle.
Or with a busted up ankle at all. So you're going to be perfectly fine come your shift. You two, roll me, if you will, quickly, please. A quick double stamina. Difficulties are going to be just 7.
2 successes.
Yep.
We work in pairs.
2 successes?
Yeah.
All right. The reason why I got you to do the stamina roll, by the way, was because you're so close from being in town. It is just, yeah, it's not that bad. However, during your shift, Robert.
Miles.
Miles, do you have anything at all in investigations?
No.
No, you don't. Okay. All right. So you're sitting there, awake, not a problem in the world, fully rested, when even without any form of assistance, you're going to see a glow on the horizon coming from the north.
Like the town is on fire?
Yep.
Or the forest or the fields or something is on fire?
Yes to all of that.
Well, that sounds unpleasant. You know, it's probably for the best that we got out of there when we did with as much of their brass as we did, because now all that brass is just going to sit there and be burning instead, along with all of their precious, precious goods. Hey, wake up!
Both of you will wake up.
What do you want?
The, everything north of us is on fire.
Oh, I hope Mark made it out.
I don't.
Why? It just means he'll be coming here.
Yeah, I don't want him coming back. I don't want him coming back after my property.
Oh, I'll take care of him. Don't worry.
It's not going to work twice.
No, I was just going to kill him.
You're all so kind.
All right, I'm up. So what's this swarm you were talking about?
You know, the swarm. The things that over there, she's going to point towards the blaze in the distance. The guys who, you know, torch everything in their path.
For the audience's understanding, the swarm is a tribe from the north. They came down a little while ago with a scorched earth policy. I sound like a news anchor. The scorched earth policy was they would burn everything in front of them, scorch the earth, and you would either become a slave of their society and eventually work yourself up their rank, or you'd be burned alive. They are quite literally the scourge of this world right now. However, behind their lines technically is cured by fire.
Cured or just barren?
Barren, technically, because the airborne infection would still be there. But yes.
And it responds well to heat. So they're really not helping?
Well, they're burning it like crazy. Like they incinerate.
They're
right?
turning it to ash.
They don't just light it on fire and laugh at it. No, they turn it to ash.
Maybe they're going for the whole renewal of the earth thing, where, you have to have the wildfires in order for the forest to grow.
Well, I don't think Phoenix is a real Phoenix, so fleeing is probably the best option.
While I appreciate their methods, I don't necessarily appreciate, being in their line of fire. So let's go.
So you guys will get up and go. Now, it's not actually that far from morning. It's only about an hour or so before the actual daylight occurs. The swarm spent most of their night, of course, held up in Middleton, burning people alive and getting new slaves. So you guys are continuing to walk south. Now, as you're continuing to walk south, you may discuss what you're actually intending on doing and what your target aim is, because I don't think Sabrina's character has any clue what
Nope.
you're doing.
All I know is that we're going south because the swarm is behind us. That's my philosophy.
You're walking along. Right now, you're walking through an empty field. There's a couple trees here and there, long grass. Go.
All right, so I got a good long look at that map from the Swindler. And it says that Hornby is to the far south of us, along this river and down this road a bit. So I figure that's the best place to head if we want to find the Aqua people.
Oh, we're finding people?
It's a coast. Sorry, not a river. Not bad.
Okay, follow the coast. And
Aqua people, eh?
Well, you see, we were thinking that if we can find something that's valuable enough, we can get them to take us in, because they don't seem to have as much problem with infection, and bonus points right now, they're on the water.
Well, you know what's going to be valuable for them? The information that those guys are coming this way.
I'm sure they don't care about that. But apparently they do need supplies that they can't get on a boat.
I have a screwdriver.
All of you guys, if you'd like to, you may roll me, if you will, your intelligence and your survival to think of different areas that may be beneficial for scrounging it.
4 successes. And I'd like to look for stuff that's on the way.
3 successes.
I'd like to start a personal campaign against the number 6, as I have 1 success.
Your official campaign is noted. All right. Pretty much what I'm going to do is, I'm assuming you're all going to share this information together, so I'll just tell you all
Yes.
of you technically passed. So here's what we got. You have 5 potential targets to look at. Starting with they're kind of like low to high, like threat level, with also low to high reward.
Go for number 5. Go for number 5.
So number 1 is a small farming hamlet called Reman's Way. I apologize. So it's a small farming hamlet named St. Reman's Way. There's probably not a lot of infection in that area, as it was probably cleared out a very long time ago, but there's probably also not a lot of stuff because it's kind of along the main thoroughfare heading down to Hornby, so it's probably been raided a bunch. Then we have a commercial district on the outskirts of the city of Elmsford. The commercial district is a low to medium threat because it is on the edge of a city, and it probably has been raided because it has been on the outskirts, so you may or may not find anything of real value there. There is an old pre-war automotive factory inside of Elmsford, near one of the exterior on-ramps, which is a little bit difficult to get to because of the destroyed freeways, but if you could get there, the potential of finding some form of technology or a vehicle or something along that lines is very high.
Or gas.
Or gasoline or something like that is very high. Then you have Murray Jacobs Air Force Base, which is to the north of Elmsford, so it's kind of, sort of in the direction you kind of came from, but more to the right. So you'd possibly be interacting with the swarm at that point and or whatever they're chasing out of the woods.
Nope.
But the potential for that one's fairly high, military technology, weapons, ammo, vehicles, that kind of thing. The other one is in Elmsford downtown. There is an old rumor that, who got the 4?
Yeah,
I think it was you, yeah. So Justine, your character will have heard of a long time ago there was something called the Elmsford Vault, which is where the mayor and all the high society people were going to retreat to once this infection began, but no one really thinks that it worked. You know what I mean? Like, they think that people got infected before they even had a chance to get down there, but it was apparently built and stocked, but you're not sure which is true, whether it's even there or not, but it would be right underneath the Capitol building in Elmsford. Those are your choices.
I mean, we either go big or we go home. We could take the vault, or, second case, we could take the cars.
With anything with the vault, though, we can also tell Elmsford that the swarm's coming. We'll be able to cause the city to panic.
There's no one in Elmsford. It's a destroyed, derelict, infected city.
Oh.
That's why I'm saying risk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right downtown.
I like the idea of the vault better than I do the automotive factory.
See, the vault's risky not only because it's risky, but also because we might not actually find it, or it might not actually exist, or it might take us too long and the swarm might catch up with us.
Yeah, I'm kind of more
to
for the
burn the
automotive
city,
one.
though, like, just to let you guys know, to burn the city, they'd have a heck of a time. They're going to burn the outlying areas first.
That's also true. We do have more time.
Yeah, and then raid the military base and that kind of thing.
That does help us push further south, though, so we don't get stuck investing in another area when the swarm shows up.
Well, this is going to be our last gigs as runners. I say we make it worth it.
Why not? I mean, we got nothing to live for, really.
True.
All right, let's do this. I think we can do this. I think it's a good proposition. It's a good use of our time and our resources.
I got you your flare gun. We're good.
Yeah, that was a great use of your time and your resources.
Okay.
Legendary Vault, here we come.